Sitting in a Western franchise cafe in a traditional Kendura, Saif, a local student at a UAE university, says,
ما نقدر نهمل اللغة العربية لأن هي أساساً تاريخنا والتراث اللي نحن فيه. لا نقدر نهمل اللغة الإنجليزية لأنها تواكب معظم دول العالم، وين ما بنروح معظم الناس يتكلمون إنجليزي.
Such feelings are far from exceptional in the UAE, which was the center of my anthropological research titled Everyone Speaks English, the UAE Linguistic Landscape. The United Arab Emirates lie on the Gulf bordering Saudi Arabia and Oman. It was established as a country in 1971 and has a 90% expat population, meaning only approximately 1 million of the 10 million people population consists of locals who speak a variety of Emirati Arabic. I based my research in Ras Al Khaimah, where locals are still a minority but make up a more sizable portion of the population. In the UAE, South Asians make up 59.4% of the population. Emiratis make up 11.6%, Filipinos make up 6.1%, Egyptians make up 10.2%, and other nationalities make up 12.8%. Arabic speakers use the term ajanib to describe the non-Arabs in the UAE, especially Western non-Arabs. Among all these languages, English has become the lingua franca, despite Arabic being the only official language. Through semi-structured interviews, I studied people who had taken English classes outside of those necessary in the public education system, to ask about their goals and motivations for learning English. I explore how language policies and demographic changes have shifted the way people on the ground think about language. Mariam is another Emirati student who has taken English classes. When discussing the usefulness of English in the UAE, she said, "I think we should focus more on English, since our Arabic language is the native language. Ajanib don't have to speak Arabic since it's not used in an international way, in a global way." To understand the significance of such a statement, one can turn to Cross-Critty's concept of language ideologies. Language ideologies are beliefs or feelings about languages as used in their social worlds. The UAE has a linguistically diverse population, and for Mariam, this means the role of Arabic must be diminished. There is a dichotomy among Emiratis between the native, culturally significant language and the externally imposed global language. Mariam showcases the discourse of instrumentality which pervades the ethnography. My participants view language as a tool and only ever cite practical reasons for learning English. Mariam said that Ajanib do not need to learn Arabic, and so it is necessary for Arabic speakers to make the shift. However, most foreigners I spoke to during my research were willing to learn Arabic given the opportunity, regardless of whether it was practical. This dissonance in expectations between Ajanib and Arabs is because Arabic speakers evaluate others' learning goals through the same lens of instrumentality which motivates them to speak English. If, as Mariam claims, Ajanib do not need to learn Arabic, then why should they? So, speaking English was always justified on pragmatic terms. Where does this leave Arabic? In the face of a restructuring of their daily lives and the landscape around them, Arabic has retained symbolic significance among its speakers. Mariam said,
أنا صح أحس إن الإنجليزي أسهل، بس أحس إن العربي يمثل هويتي الوطنية، يعني لازم إني أتطور منها وأعترف فيها. أنا أحس it's connected. على كثر ما أنا أستخدم إنجليزي لازم أحترم ثقافتي وأحترم الكالتشر اللي أنا عايشة فيه.
by Mariam's evaluation, Arabic indexes culture, national identity, and has its own inherent value. Mariam feels that all natives feel the same way, and across my fieldwork this seemed to be the case. Returning to Saif, he, unlike Mariam, is more comfortable speaking Arabic than English and uses it in most social settings. However, even he feels that English has a unique place in Emirati society. He explained why English is the medium of instruction in universities.
أتوقع أنهم جالسين يواكبون التطور. معظم الإيميلات تنكتب باللغة الإنجليزية، فأتوقع أن تعليم اللغة الأجانب هو إيجابي، لأنه يهدف إلى مواكبة التطور اللي جالس يستوي على مستوى العالم.
Saif considers the primary use of English in universities to be positive because of how it facilitates development, regardless of the fact that he himself is more comfortable speaking Arabic. Bordeaux writes, linguistic competence functions as linguistic capital in relationship with a certain market. Therefore, though Saif favored Arabic in his personal life, he had little issue with the role of English in public life. English, like cars and computers, is a tool of modernity, a form of currency. These ideas are not restricted to Emiratis, but are shared by other Arabs in Ras Al Khaimah. Dana is Syrian, but has spent much of her life in the UAE. Dana tries to maintain Arabic inside the home, but sends her children to international schools for the opportunities which English is meant to provide. Dana spoke about the advantages of knowing multiple languages, but said that it was rare that an Ajnabi ever learned Arabic.
اللغة العربية ثقيلة واللغة فيها مخارج حروف صعبة. بتحسي يمكن إحنا العرب نقدر نتكلم أجنبي مثلهم بدون ما يعرفون إحنا شنو أصلنا. لكن هن مهما تعلموا اللغة العربية ما راح يوصلون لطريقتنا باللفظ.
In his work on linguistic production, Bordeaux wrote that linguistic relations depend on the symbolic power relation between the two speakers. Dana recognizes that in her specific spatial and temporal context, English holds power and capital, hence her decision to take English classes and send her children to English language schools. Dana said that if she could speak like them, they would be unable to laugh at her. However, with her statement that Ajanib were largely unable to speak Arabic as well as she could speak English, she attempts to reverse these symbolic power relations. In this framing, she is not learning English because she must meet their standards, but because they cannot rise to hers. Dana's statement erases the structural realities that make English the lingua franca and turn it into a question of capability. Is it really an accident of English being easier than Arabic, or are there structural forces at play? Regardless of the veracity of this evaluation, it signals that in the UAE, where most social and economic power lies among the local population, but English functions as a language of business, public life, and higher education, these power relations are varied and multidirectional. For example, Belinda is an elementary school teacher at a local international school. There are compulsory Arabic lessons which foreign teachers must take for at least 2 years, but Belinda has continued beyond this requirement. She said that one of the reasons she persisted in taking these lessons was the connection she felt to her students' parents. The children's parents, she said, often felt threatened by English because they could not speak it well. As a measure to decrease tension during parent-teacher meetings, Belinda would attempt small talk in Arabic. She said, "Because we're laughing at my Arabic mostly, but the mood kind of changes." Dana seeks to shield herself from ridicule, while Belinda actively encourages laughter to ease uncomfortable situations. Belinda momentarily yields her position of power as the more proficient speaker of the lingua franca to showcase willingness to engage in the parent's first language. The research shows the ways that past British and current American spheres of influence continue to shape the outcomes of globalization, if not through the military means of the past, then through the languages of opportunities in the present.